I'll be back from the break and let's continue with motivating, inspiring you in this particular hour now as we give you more business updates too on top of it. This is Smart Means Business, your daily Kickstarter every Monday to Friday from 6:30 a.m. up to 9:50 a.m. Now we head into the inspiration time and we kick it off with our business tip this morning. So the business tip says stick to the budget. Overspending can be the death of your business. In fact, according to a study conducted by the US Bank, 82% of small businesses fail due to poor cash flow management. When creating your budget and business plan, a tip is to overestimate expenses and underestimate the income. That way you will never be stretched too thin and always be prepared for the unexpected costs. So the business tip says stick to the budget if you are to at least stretch less of your business. Now, besides that, the business tip, let's get our business quote this morning. Peter Drucker says that the best way to predict the future is to create it. So if you want to predict your future, create it today. And of course, you will definitely know how it will be for you. So today, whatever you do today is steadily shaping you for what you want to experience tomorrow. So do something today that will be accountable, that you will be accountable for tomorrow. Any seed that you sow today will definitely grow into something bigger tomorrow. So if you want to predict your future, the best way is in doing something today for yourself. Prepare your future, and then it will be good for you at the end of it all. And well, of course, that is it for the business tip and the business quotes this particular morning. Now we're heading into our social media trends, out of which these particular social media trends are basically rotating around the hashtag corruption, of course, putting an end to corruption. All corruption is winnable. Report the corrupt. And of course, this particular trend is all about corruption as we try hard to push corruption out of the country and out of the East African community region. Let's have it with our social media trends this morning. Now, Happy New Year 2023 at Nwamanya Isaac says corruption is an unnecessary evil that we should all avoid as a must. If you are corrupt, these people, the people to reap from your ways can eventually turn out to be your own children, grandchildren, and others in your line. Time always catches up the corrupt. Desist from it. Hashtag expose the corrupt. And the other one coming in from Ugandan Patriot at the Ugandan_Patriot, saying expose the corrupt with the pictorial that corrupt government officials can be exposed if you expose them and expose them and keep quiet. Then Oduti Johnny at Oduti John 23, State House Anti-Corruption Unit at Anti-Graft SH is much committed to arrest all the corrupt officials, either in public or private sector. Stay honest to avoid being the victim. Hashtag expose the corrupt, expose the corrupt. Now, Omlembe Omhozi, hashtag MK26, 2026 at Charles Kulo says corruption affects mostly the poor like me. That's the reason I have to fight corruption without fear or favor. Hashtag corruption is winnable. Hashtag expose the corrupt. Then Anchor Assurance at 96 Assurance says hashtag corruption interrupts economic development and largely affects the welfare of citizens in any society. So expose the corrupt to get rid of this kind of corruption. Hashtag expose the corrupt. Hashtag corruption is winnable. Then Katwide Moli says corruption threatens our security. It does drive organized crimes, corrodes our economy, crushes opportunities for development, and traps people in cycles of inequality and poverty. So hashtag expose the corrupt at anti-graft _SH. So this is what Katwide Moli does inform the natives here at Katwide Moli on Twitter in regards to exposing the corrupt on Twitter and how the particular social media users had to say in regards to that. Well, it is something that we should start with. Corruption has hindered lots of development within the country. And of course, if we want to see it happening, we should be fostering growth in one way or the other. So at the end of the day, you get to realize that it's something that we should be working upon on one way or the other. Now, corruption in Uganda is characterized by the grand scale theft of public funds and petty corruption, which involves public officials at all levels of society, as well as there's a widespread range of corruption within political patronage systems. Now, the elite corruption in Uganda is through a patronage system, which has been excavated by foreign aid at the end of the day. So when you look through the factors affecting the supply of corruption, include the bureaucratic traditions, the level of public sector wages, the penalty systems that are put aside, so people normally utilize that chance to take over this particular misuse the rights they have to, of course, to go by with their corruption tendencies. And it's something that we should all take part in to expose the corrupt, as well as kicking out corruption into the country, because corruption is surely winnable. Now, as we're heading into this business updates, just to quickly remind you, 8:15 a.m. will be the time when the Zabo markets will be open. So your chances to invest in bonds and securities are definitely high and realistic. Use the USSD code *292# on the Zabo platform, and of course, quickly kickstart off your investment journey if you're yet to start the investment. But if you have an account already, your investment can easily be done every day from 8:15 a.m. to 3:15 p.m. East African Standard Time. With just a minimum of 15,000 Ugandan shillings, your investment can be achievable. Well, for those who do not have an account with Zabo yet, what you need to do is simply open up one with your NIN, and after opening up the account, in the next 24 hours, you will be able to invest in government bonds. The markets are only closed on weekends and during public holidays. Zabo does remind you that it's a no hassle, as your money is your future. It is powered by Altex East Africa, which says do something new, and the new thing that you can think of is to invest. Of course, it is something that is new, but also something achievable and something quite interesting and amazing for you as you kickstart of 2023 with an investment idea and an investment strategy to keep you moving throughout the 12th month. Well then, besides that, as we're heading into our business update this particular morning, this update takes us back to content creation or promoting local content production within the country. And Multichoice Uganda has, for the last 3 years, been able to achieve this at the highest level, to ensure that content creators are appreciated in the best way possible. And of course, if we have to talk about content creators, look at those who are actually producing music, those who are producing short series, those who are producing short films, those who are producing movies and all that. Speaking of series, or what you will call the others locally known as soaps and all those things, these are things that Multichoice is ensuring that they will be able to bring to the Ugandan space. And of course, all the stakeholders within the movie industry or the entertainment industry in general can only be glad that they partner with the Multichoice, because this is something that is shaping up the local content creation within the country. And speaking of local content production as well as creation within the country and also promoting it, as of yesterday, Multichoice was launching the JDC series onto the PMP. Now, speaking of the GDC series, it's actually more of the, it's not only the JDC series, by the way, it is more of the other projects yet to come as well this year. But of course, speaking of the JDC series coming on board onto Multichoice, another huge round of realizing that local content in Uganda is having a channel that is dedicated to at least give them what matters to do with at least promoting their content, and also being able to take center stage on the African movie scene, as well as in the content creation levels in Africa. So this particular morning, we take a look at the JDC series launch at Multichoice yesterday as it was happening. And of course, understanding more when it comes to creating content in Uganda. Where is it heading to, and what are the stakeholders saying about working with Multichoice? We have more in this update.
ADC basically is a story about a school, about kids, about music. It's a musical basically, and it's about day-to-day life. And it's about a story of a woman who's trying to take away JDC. Basically, she's just being a big head, and that woman is called Siama, and that's the character I am doing. I am acting series. So it's kind of an exciting series because it's the first time I'm acting with kids of that age. It was in the beginning I was like, oh my God, will I be able to do something like this? But it was a very beautiful challenge because I got to understand kids. I got to see how and where Uganda is going with the kids. Yeah, so it's going to be so interesting. I believe people are going to love watching it. Right now, this year 2023, I would say it's going really mild because we are introducing kids into the movies. It's no longer this thing of like a kid cannot do this, that you want to be a doctor or something, but now you can think of acting, music and all that. So yeah, it's going somewhere, it's going places. I would say it's taking small steps, but it will get there. Like anything, like it's a seed, it will take some time. But I believe right now it's more recognized, like that people do understand that we need it in the industry right now. So yeah, the money I believe will grow slowly, but it will get there.
It's going to grow. The way I see things, people have paid the price. So many actors, there's so many times people acted for food. You know, when you finish acting, they're like, we are going to give you food. But now they have paid their dues to belong to big screens right now, to belong to streaming services. We have so many people making awesome projects and stuff. We are giving more value in film. And what can I say? We now can attract money. So, man, it can only go up. And I'm telling you, you know, so many people are putting money in things like farming, which is not a bad thing. If you want to do your beans, man, go farm. But the things that young people are actually getting into right now, entertainment, digital work, applications, those are the things that the young people right now are very passionate about. And arts is very, very big. And film is going to be very, very, very massive. You see, you do a film today, you go home and relax, and the digital space throws you all over the world. There is nothing that has exponential growth than that.
Multichoice came into the industry, it was a game changer. Like before, so my first earlier series was Chadala. So I created Chadala and produced that, and it was for local show, it was for NBS. However, the support, I would say we had to, they didn't understand how to handle our kind of content as much. And so when it came out there, a lot of people watched it, but the investment part of it and investing in the content to develop it is still a bit lacking. Now fast forward with the JDC, they literally trusted us to create the content. We pitched them a project and they realized we could produce the content. Then they said, here's the budget you've asked for, go ahead and produce. And this has changed my life, my other producer's life, my writer's lives. I mean, we have a cast and crew of over 100 people that are employed. So all of these people are earning straight from Multichoice. So on one show.
What we have in store for our customers this year is more new local content geared towards driving the conversation around, you know, some of the societal issues that we go through, the talent that we have in the country, and what they have up their sleeves. And we are here to support that and ensure that they have a voice, they have a platform through DSTV and GOTV. JDC will actually be showing even on one of our platforms called Showmax as a repeat. So currently we are doing what we call the festive campaign, where you pay for your current subscription and get upgraded and basically be what I would call get channels open to you for the next upper package. Allow me to do that again. So right now we are running the festive campaign that's going to continue until the 24th of January. Through our festive campaign, what we're doing is we are saying thank you to our customers for the past year and for being with us. We launched it at the tail end of December, but it continues all the way until 24th January. Through the festive campaign, what we're doing is when you pay for your subscription, basically doing your renewal, or when you pay as a new joining subscriber, you get opportunity to actually view channels on the next upper package. So which is something that we believe is adding value to our customers. In the weeks coming up, we're going to be launching some two, three other shows, and then we'll also be opening up a new channel, which I believe will be speaking to the needs of our everyday Ugandan and what they look for when they're looking for entertainment.
Well, you can get Smart 24 TV on GoTV channel 394 and DSTV channel 372 if you're not streaming online on the Smart 24 TV live YouTube channel. But well, as I was speaking about the issue to do with content creation in Uganda and local content, just recently here there was a Twitter battle between one of the renowned TV personalities who did compare the other to the former TV series back in the time. So clearly some of the stakeholders within Uganda's movie industry felt undermined in a way or two because they do believe the quality of the movies shaped the generation for someone to use it as an insult. And it's something that we really need to fight as Ugandans at the end of the day, especially when it comes to the fact that we as Ugandans feel it is right for us to support the local content that is being made. When you look at some of the, for example, social media influencers in the country now setting up their local content, who are actually becoming content creators, serious content creators, they will easily at least tell you it is never easy to create content. It's never easy for you to think out of the box, to always come up with an idea, a fresh new idea in your mind, to sit down, script that idea, put it onto display, and of course that confidence to put it out there and share with the others is something that is undoubtedly not easy if you're to look at that. So at the end of it all, we should be supporting our local content creators, whether someone is in the music industry, whether someone is in the movie industry. So it is something that we need to look at. Everyone in the entertainment industry. There are those who are not entirely in the entertainment, but well, they are still content creators in one way or the other. So the kind of content they produce, and it's actually content that is based on a storyline made in Uganda. So as we are preaching the Buy Uganda, Build Uganda on the side of the business world, it should be the same kind of knowledge that we push in content creation. Well, the movie industry in Uganda in the last few years has started picking up. And of course, actors are now earning some good money off their craft. And that is where most of the producers, filmmakers are definitely looking at and saying, well, in the next few years, regardless of the fact that there's very few investments for now, if you're to look at where the movie industry and the entertainment industry is moving in general, you realize that the professional bit of it has already taken center stage. So that means with the professionalism that is top notch, you will be experiencing a lot of people making some good money out of the movie industry, out of the music industry as well. But also, you get to realize that those in the movie industry, for example, are going up to upgrade, are going out of the country to upgrade. Others actually studying different courses online to ensure that at least they master their craft so that they become too good at their craft, at least to produce content that will compete with the international kind of movies set out or to at least compete for the international market, because that way you are in fact, selling out your fellow Ugandans, or in terms of marketing them for bigger screens and bigger spaces. But not only that, also creating room for revenue from other countries that will be interested in buying and purchasing of these movies. For example, back in the time during our childhood, the Nigerian movies were too many onto the Ugandan market. And if you're to look at that, those are movies that shaped our childhood. So it would be better if the Ugandan movie industry can as well create movies that can shape the childhood of this particular generation that is coming up. And maybe, you never know, our movie industry may be growing into something bigger, just like you've seen one in Kenya. Look at that one in Nigeria. Then the movie industry that is in South Africa. If you're to look at the top 5 countries in Africa that are definitely ranked highly in regards to movie production, and whose movie sector, or let's say content creation sector, is profitable, you can't go short of those 3 countries: South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya. And in a fruitful order like that one, these are countries that are already having participants in Hollywood as well, people actually featuring in movies in Europe and all that. So we want even our own Ugandan actors, our own Ugandan content creators to be appreciated in that midst, besides being nominated for bigger awards on the continent, but as well featuring for other international movies, and as well as being nominated for international accolades in one way or the other. So the year is 2023, which has quickly kickstarted off, and of course Multichoice giving the platform to these particular content creators in Uganda, paying for these particular movies to at least have the copyrights once it is paid, because when you look at some of these particular details in some of this, Multichoice sometimes has the rights to publish depending on the kind of agreement that has been sealed with the movie producer or the owner of this movie piece as well. And of course, afterwards, once the agreement is done, they will be able to get the movie back. Or sometimes movie creators make movies on behalf of Multichoice, or they apparently write movies that are being sponsored by Multichoice, and then give the final work to Multichoice to do with the publishing and of course the marketing and all that. So it is something that we should be grateful for at the end of the day, as we look forward to how the movie industry in Uganda will be growing. And not only the movie industry, the music industry, so the arts industry. So looking at MDD now, music, dance and drama, students are actually being encouraged to keep on going for these various auditions. Once they are there, you never know, an opportunity may come for you, and you may be the next star one day, and you'll be earning money from your talent, from your craft. Nothing is more good and most amazing than earning money from something you love to do. If you have the passion, you can step it up and do it. Of course, the movie industry in Uganda is shaping up and taking center stage, so you should be part of it as a Ugandan. But it also goes back to us who consume these movies. Let us preach the word. Let us push these series and movies all over the world. And of course, it starts with me, you, and the rest of the community. To buy Uganda, build Uganda. Let's support Ugandan-made movies and Ugandan locally made content. That way, we will be somewhere onto the international market. Well, that's it for the business update this morning. After the break, we shall be returning with the SMB sports business and the entertainment business with Barija Andrews. Stick around. Good morning.